Have you ever bought a sports smartwatch and realized that it's just fancy wrist clock with weak tracking? So basically in today's video, I'll be reviewing the Haylou Solar Ultra smartwatch. I'll be testing it, should I say, properly, and we'll be deciding if this is the best smartwatch you can get on a budget. So basically we'll be looking at the design and feel, its health features and its tracking accuracy, and I'll tell you straight up, this watch actually surprised me. So if you're looking to get this watch, do well to stick to the end of the video. My name is Zeus and let's get into it. So for starters, we'll be looking at what's in the box for the Haylou Solar Ultra, and in the box you get the smartwatch itself, which is this very good looking piece right here. Then you get an owner's manual. This is standard from Haylou, and you get a charging cable. So basically this is the watch magnetic charging cable, and it actually looks and feels a little bit flimsy, but it actually does the job. Now let's get on to its design. Now let's talk about the design of this watch, because that's the first thing you actually notice about this watch. Now basically this one features a very premium look like a G-Shock, but it does not feel like a G-Shock. Although it looks like a G-Shock, it's just very nice. I like the fact that it actually looks very sporty. It's actually a tough one. The build on this watch is very solid. It's durable enough considering the time I've actually used it. I like how durable this one is. I like how it feels. And the body on the other hand is actually made out of high quality plastic. You know, Haylou does not actually do something cheap, although I was not a fan of the Air Free, that's an Haylou Airbus, but the watch is actually very nice. It does not feel cheap, considering the fact that some budget smartwatches actually feel and look cheap, and they don't even look unique at all. But this one looks unique. It's very nice. But where this one falls off is his strap. Now basically this one features a 2.5mm strap. It's not as thick as what you get on the Haylou Watch 4 or other Haylou brands, but this one still feels very nice. It's actually made out of skin-friendly plastic. These ones are actually TPU straps, considering the fact that some straps might get up to 3mm. So if you're the kind of person that likes big straps, then this one is actually a turn off. But trust me, it still feels very nice. It does not cause irritation over time, and I like the fact that it just looks very good. It has the Haylou inscription on the strap right here, as you can see. And this one actually stands out. Now if you're the kind of person that goes for casual, this one works. Even if you go for sporty gym looks, this one still works. It feels unique enough, and trust me, I'm in love with this particular design. But here's the good part to this. Now if you're the kind of person that uses AliExpress, or let's say you get your stuff from AliExpress, you have the option to like customize the straps on this watch or pick something different, even up to chain customization. So the strap is not much of a big difference. When you're ordering, you can just choose to get chain customizations, and this one will work for you. Now we go to the button and control. Now we have 3 buttons on this watch, which is this and this. Now this one serves as the power button, while this one serves as the navigational button or the notch, while this one serves as the sport button. Now let's do a quick test. As you can see, if we press the power button, the screen goes off. If we press it, it comes back. If we press the notch button, it heads onto navigational menu. If we press it, it goes back. And if you press the sport buttons, it directs you to exercise and goals, as you can see right here. So basically these are the basic function and the basic controls, and it's very easy to memorize. I like the fact that it's just straightforward compared to the Z Blaze. So yeah, it's a very nice stuff. Now generally the build of this one is nice. If you are the type of person that likes chunky builds, then you get this. Although this one is very lightweight and durable, forget the fact that it looks big. It's very lightweight and durable. Now let's see how it looks on my wrist. As you can see right here, it looks very nice. As you can see, my wrist is not that big, but it fits perfectly. You see, it fits perfectly. I love the fact that this one fits well. Although this one features like a buckle, you know, kind of stuff, but yeah, it's still very nice. You can select whatever place you want to put it, and it goes very well. So yeah, the design of the Haylou Solar Ultra is very nice. It's one of the best I've seen in a while. It's just great. Now let's talk about the display on the Haylou Solar Ultra. Now the display is one of my favorite parts of this watch. This one comes with a 1.6-inch AMOLED display, and it looks very good and very sharp. Now AMOLED is just, should I say, bright colors, deep blacks, and you know, you get sharp images. And for a fact, the Haylou Solar actually delivered on that. Now the spec on this one is 480 by 480 aspect resolution, and the brightness on this one can go up to 1000 nits. And for my real world use, this one actually performed very, very well in both shade and under sunlight. I don't even actually have to, increase the brightness of this watch, because if you slide down here, you can actually increase the brightness right here. So whenever I was using this one, I never had to increase the brightness or reduce the brightness, considering the fact that this one was very, very easy to adapt. Now, a very, very special feature on this watch is its always on display. Now, in the whole video, you could have seen when this watch actually went out. Let's say like the watch actually went out, the always on display on this watch is very, very nice. This one can be set by just going through the settings. You click on display right here and you click on AOD, which is always on display. Now you can set this one to activate, you can set this one to like hands off close, and you actually set the style. So basically you can set it to random, you can set it to auto, you can set it to whatever you like. Now the always on display is just a great feature, like an additional feature. As a smartwatch, you don't want the screen to be on at every given instance, and what this one does is that it just reduces the brightness on the main screen. You can actually pick a face for the always on display on your Haylou app, that is the Haylou phone app. But trust me, the display of this one is very, very nice. But let's be honest, always on display tends to like reduce your battery, like it actually affects the battery. And from my testing, I can say this one actually takes about 2% on the battery life of the watch per hour. So basically it's your choice. If you like seeing time without actually touching on anything, then always on display is the go-to option. But if you want mass battery, you can actually just turn this one off. So basically the refresh claim on this one is that the Haylou actually claims to do 60 hertz, that is 60 hertz, but in real use this one doesn't actually feel like 60 hertz. To be very honest with you, this actually feels like 30 hertz. But technically the refresh rate is still very good, as you can scroll through apps quite easily. This one supports more color brightness compared to the Z Blaze Transfers 4, and for a fact I'm actually very, very in love with the display of this watch. So let's just head on to the next, which is the fit and comfort. Now when it comes to the fit and comfort of this watch, even though this one has that G-Shock look, it actually doesn't feel heavy and stressful on the wrist. Like I said earlier, this one is very, very friendly to the wrist. The strap is actually made out of skin friendly plastic. When I tighten it for workouts, it actually grips properly. As you can see, it grips properly. You can actually tighten it or just give it a few gaps, and trust me, it sits perfectly. Now basically another thing is that I actually wore this watch for long periods of time. Yes, as you can see, reference to the section before this is the always on display right on now. So if you just press this, the screen will come back on. Regards that, let's head back to fit and comfort. So basically I wore this one for long hours of time, and I even wore it to track my sleep and stuff like that. And trust me, I did not actually experience any skin irritation or anything like that. Like I said earlier, this one is made out of skin friendly plastic, and trust me, it just goes a long way. So whether you're a gym person or you just want a sporty watch that you can wear daily, this one actually blends very, very well. And the funny part is that it's sporty, but this one is actually subtle. Most people won't even notice that this is, should I say, a sports smartwatch, unless they are really, really close. So comfort wise, this one is very, very solid. Now let's head on to the main purpose of this watch, which is actually fitness and sport. Now the Haylou Ultra is very, very strong here, especially for its price. One feature I like about the fitness goal setting is the fact that you can record your goals and you can actually go back to them. It's just very, very, very unique. Now a lot of budget smartwatches actually track workouts, but they don't give you the proper goal-based training features. Big brands like Garmin and Fitbit have this deep dashboard for this, but these watches are usually very, very, very expensive compared to this Haylou Solar Ultra. With this one, if you go right here and you go to exercise, you basically get, let's go back to exercise right here. You basically get the outdoor run, you get outdoor walk, outdoor cycle, you get for the treadmill, you also get for the rolling machine, you get for the epileptic machine, jump rope, yoga, climbing, swimming in the pool. And trust me, when it comes to the swimming in the pool, this is where this one stands out. Now this watch is actually water resistant and it can track swimming activities. So if you're a kind of person that swims and you are looking for a watch that can track your activities, then the Haylou Solar Ultra is your go-to. Now let's go back to personal assistant intelligence. Now this is just basically a feature that you can use to motivate you. I don't know if you get it, just shows you how you are doing with your sporting activities and stuff like that. It actually rewards you in points, and it rewards you up to 100 points. So yes, this one is very, very nice as regards its sports activities. Now let's just go back to the work mode. So now let's talk about the water resistance and swimming. So basically this watch is actually 580 m water resistance, so yes, you can actually swim it with, and it doesn't just survive swimming, it can actually track your swimming and even record heart rate while you're swimming. So basically this one also has another interesting feature. If you scroll down to this watch here, you can see swimming in a pool. Let's go back to exercise right here. Scroll down, you can see swimming in a pool. You can actually set a goal via laps. So basically, if you want to go like 10 laps, 5 laps, 6 laps, you can set a goal with this watch and actually walk towards your goal. So yes, it's a very nice one. Now this watch has speakers. Yes, it has speakers, and what this one actually does on this watch is that if you swim in this watch, there's a function you can actually activate on your Haylou phone app, and it actually makes this watch to vibrate so that the waters in the speaker can go out of the watch. So it's just an additional add-on, and it's a very, very thoughtful consideration from Haylou, considering the fact that most gadgets as of today are not really water resistant, or should I say they are water resistant but not waterproof. So this one actually comes standard on the iPhone 2 and on most Android phones, so you can download an app on the App Store to use as a guide to removing water from your phone. But this one comes inbuilt on the Haylou Solar Ultra. Now another standout feature on the Haylou Solar Ultra is the fact that it has multiple exercising modes. So basically you get something like outdoor sports, indoor fitness, ball game, dance, combat sports, recreational sports, and other sports, depending on what you do. So all you just need to do is click on what you want to do, and you just set your goal to whatever you want to do for the day. But let's be honest, now step counting can sometimes be off during walks. This one is general to most smartwatch, as smartwatches are not that perfect as regards step counting. But if you notice step count drifting, here is what can actually help. Now what you need to do is reset your step counter to start your walk, or let's say at the start of a new walk, or just make sure that the watch is actually strapped properly to your hand so that this one will not drift away at the slightest instance. So overall, the sports features on the Haylou Solar Ultra are very, very strong. Not perfect, but are actually very good as regards its price. So now let's talk about the health functionalities on the Haylou Solar Ultra. So basically this one has the standard stuff like heart rate tracking, and trust me, I compared my experience with the Haylou Watch 4, and this one actually feels more accurate and reliable. Now you can just access this by clicking on heart rate right here and allow the watch to like measure your heart rate at the moment. So basically you have to tighten this watch, as you can see the warning right here. You have to tighten it to your wrist so that this one will be able to measure quite accurately. It also has SpO2. Now basically this one is how it actually measures the oxygen in your blood. If you click right here, all you need to do is tighten the watch to your wrist and to measure it for you accurately. Now I always say the smartwatch health sensors should I say mid, sometimes they actually drift a lot. So yes, they are not quite accurate. They are quite useful, but they are not like medical equipment. Still in my use, it performs quite well for a budget smartwatch. It also has sleep tracking. Now let's head on here. If you scroll down, you see something like sleep, and if you click on this, what this one actually does is that it measures your sleep. So basically if you do anything, it measures it. It measures when you're awake, it measures when you're in deep sleep or even light sleep, and this one can be very, very helpful with people who are actually battling things like insomnia and other stuff like that. So yeah, this one actually very, very nice. On paper it actually sounds like marketing, but during my testing it's actually pretty accurate for me, trust me, because I tend to have problems with my sleep a lot. Even though I'm not a deep sleeper, this one actually matched my sleep patterns, and well enough, I noticed that it's actually, should I say, it was not just random numbers, it was actually matching. So yeah, this one also comes with a breathing exercise. So if you just click on here, this one will do a quick breathing exercise for you. You can set it to the time you want and the speed you want. All you just need to do is click on start, and it just starts. As you can see, still focused, and just basically, should I say, do what the watch says to actually test your breathing. It's quite accurate, and trust me, I actually like this particular feature on this watch. Now there's another one, which is actually the stress. Now basically most of us get stressed quite easily. We get stressed from work, we get stressed from any single thing at all. And this one has the stress calculator. So basically what you just need to do is go down to, you see stress right here, you click on stress, and this one just does a measurement for you. And as you can see, no data is currently available because this one is not strapped to my hand at the moment. Now we have the women's health. Now this one is a great consideration from Haylou, and I've been seeing this one on most smartwatch as of today. And what this one does is that it connects to the women's app on your phone. So if you connect to the Haylou phone, you can set your menstrual cycle to actually track your menstrual cycle and give you notifications in case you're actually approaching your cycle and stuff like that. So it's a great consideration, and trust me, this one makes a lot of sense. So that's just everything as regards health on the Haylou Solar Ultra. Now let's talk about the general functionalities or features on this watch. Now basically you have phone. What this one does is that it can help you to make and receive calls and actually access your recent calls. You can actually access your contacts, but I do not give you permission to my contacts, and you actually access a keypad. So you can just type on this and make a call to your phone. If you go down here, we have notifications, and what this one does is that it actually shows you the notification from your phone on certain apps like Instagram, WhatsApp, and other stuff like that. Although you can't reply, or let's say you can't make, like, you can't reply or send messages via this one, but it's a great tool as regards people who don't want to always look at their phones all the time. Now if you go down, you see have weather. This one connected to your phone will show you the weather and the location as at the time of everything. As you can see, as at the time of making this video, I am actually having 28C at Mabushipi, and that's currently my location right now. So it's quite accurate. This one just gets everything from your phone. You also have the mood. This one is just shows you what's your mood at the moment, what's really happening. And we also have music, connects to your phone and it plays music via the app you are using. We also have timer. This one is just like focus and stuff like that. We also have calendar. That's pretty normal, calendar to check the date. We also have alarm. We have wall clock. We have AI voice. Now this one just activates Siri or Google depending on the device you use. We have voice recorder. This one is quite easy. You record the voice note and it stores into your phone. We have timer. We have stopwatch. All the classic. We have the barometer, the compass. This one can be very, very useful for people who hike and people who go to the wilderness and stuff like that. We also have a flashlight. This one just basically uses the screen to make a flash for you. It's not that bright compared to the Z Blaze that has an inbuilt flashlight. You have a calculator, normal. You have an SOS emergency function. This one can be used to communicate with your family and stuff like that. We have the album. This one is for pictures. You have the camera control, so in case you want to take picture, you can click on start, and this one will just help you to take pictures on your phone. So also have settings, and we also have games. Now this one are just basic games on this one. It's not quite interesting like that, but Angry Bird, stuff like that, it just makes absolute sense. And that's all for the general features and functionalities of the Haylou Solar Ultra. Now let's talk about the app functionalities, and the app that is associated with this watch is the Haylou phone app. And basically on the app you get every single thing you can actually think of. You get the size record, sleep tracking, everything on the watch is basically connected to this app and is very, very functional. This app just acts as, should I say, a record tool, or let's say an easy access in case you're tired of a small screen. This one just acts as an easy access to the watch. You also have the sports mode, and this one shows your current location, is set to go and other stuff like that. And you also have mine. Now basically you have the watch right here. If you click on the device, which is the Haylou Solar Ultra, you have an option to either update the watch, and you have an option for face gallery. So basically these are the faces that come with the watch, and anything you choose here would appear on the watch right here. As you can see, I'm currently using the Halloween, which is this one right here. That's the Halloween that you can see here. So I'm using the Halloween, so any face you want can be selected via the app. You also have a gallery dial and stuff like that. So let's go back. You have the health monitor, the background running permissions, you have message, notice, alarm, and every single thing you can find on the watch you have on the app. The app experience on the Haylou phone is very, very nice. It's just simply the same thing or something like the Haylou Watch 4. So yes, you get a whole lot of functions. So now let's talk about the battery on the Haylou Solar Ultra. So basically this one has a 450 mAh battery, and to be honest with you, this one is kind of a beast. Even with always on display turned on, I was able to get about 48 hours of straight use Yes, 48 hours of straight use. And compared to my experience with other watches I've used that can actually struggle, like the Apple Watch and even the Samsung smartwatch, this one actually stands out. So if you're the type that forgets to charge your accessories, this one is one of the best parts of the Haylou Solar Ultra, to be very honest with you. As regards charging speed, the charging speed on this one was very, very impressive because I used my laptop to charge and I got around 60% in under 20 minutes. And in real life testing, this one might just take about 35 to 40 minutes to get to full. And trust me, this one was from 2%. So yes, the charging on this one is very, very fast. And to be honest with you, it just makes sense. Now you have a charging cable, so it's kind of a magnetic charging cable, as you can see. It's not like the Apple Smartwatch that you get a cable that covers the whole under here. It just sticks and it goes. It's a USB cable, so yes, as of today, this one is getting out of vogue. So Haylou, if you want to do anything about it, try giving us Type C next time. Yes, Type C next time. So yes, the battery on this one is very nice. I love how fast it charges and how it lasts. So yes, it's just great. Now let's talk about the Bluetooth on the Haylou Solar Ultra. So basically, this one uses the Bluetooth 5.3, which is actually getting out of class as of today. We actually get devices that come with Bluetooth 6.0, which is now higher, but it's not kind of a deal breaker. The connection on this one is stronger, stable. Range wise, I could actually do about 10 meters on this, and trust me, the connection was very, very seamless. Now I don't have that annoying constant disconnecting problem. I don't have to connect the watch at every given instance. Even better, once you're engaged, this one actually connects well without you manually fighting it. Calls and general connection was stable too. I don't notice any cracks or breaks while calling. And compared to the Haylou Watch 4, I personally felt as if the connection on this one was better. So now let's talk about the pros and cons of the Haylou Solar Ultra. Now this one looks premium with that G-Shock vibe and is very, very good for your gym and daily wear. The plastic build actually feels very, very solid and not cheap. You have a big screen that is actually easy to see and it sits well on the wrist. Now basically you have a sports shortcut button. It's actually kind of useful, but the notch actually makes the navigation way, way better. Now you get a 1.8-inch screen that's very, very sharp. I like the colors on this one compared to the Stratus 4. The always on display is kind of a big win, as this one gives it a very, very classic look. The comfort is solid, and even if you're in the gym and you actually have a tight strap, this one still stays and fits very, very well. The GPS actually locks well and helps with distance and running goals, while the water resistance can actually be a great helpful, should I say a little bit helpful, considering the fact that you swim and swimming is not what is actually found on most watches. Now the battery is excellent and the Bluetooth connection was very, very stable. Now the cons of this watch is that the straps of this one can actually feel very, very minimal, especially if you're the kind of person that likes a strap that is quite thick. The 60 hertz doesn't feel like 60 hertz, it's actually like 30 hertz if you ask me, while the step counting can be slightly off. Now like most smartwatches, you get to see, should I say, occasional lags during workouts, but the Bluetooth 5.3 on this one is kind of old, and as of today we're actually getting more advanced Bluetooth options, while the hair training like the SpO2 and heart rate can drift sometimes because it's not a medical equipment. So yes, the pros and the cons, it's a nice one. Now, the big question is that should you buy the Haylou Solar Ultra? Now, for its budget, it's one of the best sports smartwatches that you can pick right now that covers the basics and still feel premium. I've used this one for some time and I can say that I'm very, very impressed. For $69, this watch is actually offering a whole bunch of stuff. Now basically you get a good looking sports smartwatch that matches many outfits. You get plenty health tracking, you get a strong watch that actually has goals that you can set, and you actually have a battery life that really stands out. So if you're a weekend runner that wants solid tracking or a gym person that wants plenty workout moves, this one actually fits very, very well. But let me also be honest, it's still a budget watch, so you should actually keep your expectation a little bit realistic. I don't know if you get me. And trust me, this watch actually stands out, but you have to keep your should I say your expectation realistic. If you want the best sports smartwatch for the money, then this one is a very, very strong option. So yeah, this is my full review on the Haylou Solar Ultra. If you have any questions about it, drop them in the comments and I will reply. And if you want more budget smartwatch reviews like this, do well to subscribe because I'm testing these devices properly, not just for reading the specs and stuff like that. See you in the next one. My name is Yus and bye for now.